Okay, it is June the 15th, and this is the Ortelius General Community Meeting. The purpose of going through basic stuff that everybody else is working on. Let me find the doc and I will share it. Doc. All right. Here is the doc. So go ahead and sign in. Make sure I have a spot. June 15th. Okay, I think I have everybody signed in actually. So today there is the topic that we really need to cover is a governing board. We've gotten to a point that we need to put together an official governance board. Garima has reached out to Oleg from the Jenkins community, and he has shared with her all of the governance docs and how they structure it. So in summary, just to explain how it works, is they have a annual election where the general members run for a position on the governance board. I don't know how many seats there are. And then any decisions like the decisions that we were making around GSOC, any decisions that the Linux Foundation is asking for us to respond to, those are all then handled by the governance board. Let me pull up her email and share with everybody the docs from them. I'll put it in the doc. And I'll put it in the chat. Okay, so there's the docs of how the Jenkins governance works. It also has the directions for the Jenkins elections. So this is something that we should start thinking about as a community, and if you're interested, read through those, and in our next community meeting we can discuss it, just how we'd like to see the community governed in general. Need for a governance board. Not every open source community has one, but what we've seen for example, the governance board could decide if they want to have somebody who's a product manager or a release manager. So we could then start defining roles within that the governance board wants to put out. Now, the governance board could be structured and have internal elections and say the governance board is going to elect a president, they're going to elect a product manager, they're going to elect from within the governance board. I don't know how I haven't read these docs yet or how they've structured it, but we may be coming to a point that we do want to start assigning official kinds of roles for people who want to get more involved and have that kind of recognition. Okay, she shared. I'm doing both. Usually I do take notes and talk, and I don't take notes and talk. Steve talks and I take notes, or he takes notes and I talk. She shared the Jenkins governance docs with the group. See below. The other thing is we do have CDCon is next week. We do have the Birds of a Feather. I just want to remind everybody, if you can, please try to attend the Birds of the Feather for CDCon. CDCon is next week. The Birds of the Feather for home. Let me see.
On Wednesday the 23rd.
What date is it?
Wednesday the 23rd.
And what time?
11 o'clock Pacific time.
Perfect. Thank you. I will put that in the notes as well. So
that is in calendars also.
Is it? Great.
Yes, yes. Everyone got the calendar invite for that 7 day.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to make it, but I did get the calendar invite.
Okay. What else is happening? I know.
So what is expected? Do you see any expectations that is there for the Birds of Feather session on that given day?
You know, it's just supposed to be a complete, open kind of discussion about what the community's been up to. I believe that what I'm going to have Steve do is cover the work that the release that he's trying to get out for August around the service catalog. I think it's at a weird time for Brad McCoy to talk about the GitOps white paper, but I'm going to reach out and see if he is interested in doing so. And Siddharth, if there's something that you want to bring up around the ambassadors, that would be a good place.
All right. What I'll do is we'll have a catch up this Friday, so we'll decide what we can bring.
Okay, that sounds great. Just topics, I'll just put topics to include review of catalog, service catalog updates, review of GitOps, and then ambassador program and how to get involved. All right. And other than those things, I think that right now for us as a community, really starting to think about how we want to put the governance board together. And I'm thinking that everybody's pretty much in cruise mode right now, at least in North America because it's summer. But I think we should be thinking about putting this governance board together and make it official and have elections in September. We could probably do it sooner, but July and August are pretty slow, even in the UK and in the US. So I want to make sure that everybody who wants to be included in the governance board has the opportunity to run for a seat. And that'll give us the time to really think through how many seats we want, if we want to modify it, and then publish this information out on our website. So I know these are the boring parts of running an open source community, but I think once we have it done, it will make everybody, it'll create more ownership. And the goal is to have Steve and I doing less and you guys doing more. So a governance board will help create that process. Any thoughts about that?
As I said, it will bring more. It will be better for Ortelius to have these sort of boards. It may not be good for us. It may not be good for individual, but it is good for the project at the end of the day. So that is my view.
Well, I'm guessing that the people that are on this call right now are the ones that we would nominate for the governance board. So that's why I am bringing it up now and making sure that you guys see how the governance works and gets the chance to read through this. I think that Garima was going to create a shared doc. Let me see if she did that yet. She was going to pull all of the website information off of what Oleg had sent her and just sent a shared doc so we can start creating our own version of it. I don't know if she had a chance to do that yet because I didn't get anything that said it came through. Huh. Now I can't get to the drive. Weird. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we haven't, it's not, she hasn't gotten it out there yet, but we will get a share. She is going to put a shared doc together based on the docs that I just sent you. And she's going to create it, make it our own, and then we can start working how we want to structure it from there.
All right.
It's not very, how they put it together is not very, I mean, it's weird that they can run, I mean, it says things like KK is to be on it permanently until he decides to leave. It just has really basic information about it. So maybe that's all we need. But it should be clear how the organization is run within the community for everybody. And then, Siddharth, you want to give any update on the ambassadors and maybe the work on the podcast?
Yes, let me share my screen.
Sasha, you're on mute.
Okay, I guess the structure that we had for the Ortelius podcast remain more or less the same. What we'll do is, the next thing that we need to do is, we need to create a form for our community members to start recording the podcast. What we're doing is, we are going when inside out. Inside out means we will do these podcasts within the community space, and then we'll reach out to the wider audience outside the Ortelius. So this is one thing. If you're interested in contributing to this podcast as a speaker, as a host, whatever role you wish to prefer to work on, please reach out to me. We are in month of June, so probably one podcast at least. Let's target, let's say, anytime in the last week of June to be recorded. If you have any ideas on which you can talk about, just share across, and then let's connect.
So
this is one.
Siddharth, do
Yeah.
you think that the topics are work, and should I go ahead and update the form?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Topics have been approved, and
Okay.
a form
The
will
next,
be
okay.
sent out.
Uh,
The current.
the other thing that was looking forward is that we have people interested in this Ortelius coming from different regions of India. One thing we got from New Delhi, Chennai, Chandigarh, Bangalore, Jaipur, uh, and then yes, somewhere from Germany also. What is the count is immaterial. Is that is the reach of Ortelius is going very majorly in India. That is what we can see, and somewhere in Italy and Germany regions as well. This is another thing. Uh, Third thing was, if you have any ideas to contribute, please create these cards on the Trello boards. We are very much following what is happening on Trello. It's just that if you're contributing to it, please use this Trello board for any ideas that you want to pitch in and contribute to it. And it could be just anything, for example, the demo that Tracy shown you about the governance board. So if you have any ideas, you want to pick it up, create a card and tag to me or Tracy or whoever you think is the best. So that's it from me at the moment. Over to you.
Okay. And I want to give a shout out to DT, who got accepted to speak at DevOps World. So far, she's the only one of us that has gotten a confirmation. So I'm assuming that the rest of us will get rejection letters. So thumbs up, DT. I'm so very proud of you, and you're going to do a great job. I'm sure of it.
Thank you, Tracy.
We're all very proud of you. We like seeing people get these new opportunities, and that's the whole point of doing these, the open source community and building this kind of a process, is to be able to mentor folks who have the talent and who are going to do really well in this industry. And Aditi, that describes you to a T. So if there's nothing else, I say we will give you guys 10 minutes back to your day, and do take the time to look at these governance docs. And this is something we have to do from a community perspective, so it won't be handled in the outreach or the ambassador program or the architecture group. It has to be something that comes out of the community. So that's what the focus of these talks will be over the next 4 meetings that we have, and that'll take us right to the point that we need to get nominations and start the elections for September. All right.
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye-bye.